we'll get started as soon as we get more people logged in. Just want to say good afternoon to all of you. Jamie, is your internet back? I see the head nod. Yes, good stuff. Awesome, awesome. Mark, great to meet you. I got the email from Johnny. Thank you for making time to be here.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Indeed. Dion with the RTI background. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, CJ. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
of course, of course. Hannah with the Durham County Library. Good afternoon, Hannah.
Hello, how are you?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Mr. Tracy, Mr. Best, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Again, as you can see on the slide here, we won't get started until 5:05 p.m. So we're just going to hang out a little bit, get everyone logged in, and then we'll get started around 5:05. So feel free to get some water, get situated, and then we'll be getting started shortly here. Happy Thursday, everyone. One more day during the week, one more day of Med Week. It's been a great week. We've learned a lot and shared a lot and celebrated a lot, and looking forward to this event this evening. Let's see, who haven't I said hello to yet? Barbara Turian, welcome. Mr. Brian Fox, Durham Chamber, welcome. Francesca Prince, welcome. Mr. Frederick Davis II, welcome. We'll be starting again around 5:05, so I just want to make sure I'm saying hello to everyone as they come in. Let's see, Larry, there's no last name, but I believe that may be Mr. Larry Holt, welcome. Ruby Wesley, welcome. Sharon Williams, I believe that's with the city also, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Again, we'll get started in just a few minutes here. Did everyone get the homework? I assigned about 17 pages of pre-read for this afternoon's event. Did everyone get through those readings? No, I'm just kidding in case you think I'm serious. I'm just kidding. You're like, homework, reading? No. Mr. Davis, I see your background. It looks like you're levitating in the sky in your helicopter somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here.
I'm double booked. I have a school board meeting, so when my time is up, I may have to jet out, but I wanted to show my face in Durham Public Schools here today. So thank you for having us.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I imagine that you are always double booked, but we appreciate you making time to be here with us for sure.
Thank you.
All right, I have 5:02, so another 3 minutes or so, according to this slide, and we will start to jump into our festivities for the evening. This event is being live streamed, I believe, on YouTube, and that's being done now, so just letting you all know that. Very much looking forward to this event. Obviously, we usually do this event in person, and there are some distinct advantages of doing it via Zoom. I'm excited that whenever someone's presenting, you'll have everyone's attention. You know, when you're in person, sometimes you have maybe 3 people at your booth, but then everyone else is somewhere else, right? It's like, man, this person just missed this profound thing I just said. But this one person got it today. You should have everyone's attention. And you should be able to ensure that whatever you say, whatever profound things you share about your business, that they are front and center. We're all capturing that. So looking forward to that, and that you all have this audience. It's 5:03 again per our slide here. We'll get started around 5:05 or so. Again, looking forward to this time. And welcome a few people that see just logged in. Santiago, welcome. Angelique, welcome. Dr. Anthony Witherspoon, welcome. Ashley Gilmore, welcome. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. I believe that's me. I can't tell. So CJ Copes, maybe that's Carla. Welcome. Trying to find people I haven't said hello to yet. Keith Gabriel, Jay Dunn, welcome. Kendra Presley, welcome. Thank you for being here. Lola, welcome. Marvis Henderson Day, welcome. Let's see. Who else? Sharonetta McIntyre from the Hub Office, welcome. Thank you for being here. I believe those are the new people I've seen enter. Excellent. Yeah, 5:04. Another minute or so, and we will get started. All right, it is 5:05 p.m. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Again, welcome everyone. I'm going to just start very, very lightly, give people a chance to still get logged in, but I want to get us started on some very light notes. Let's see. The chat box is again live and well and open. Thank you. Eric will be handling admissions for everyone while I'm starting to present. So thank you, Eric, for that. All right, I just want to introduce myself since I'll be moderating today. Just very, very quickly, I am CJ Broderick, President and CEO of the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to introduce to you three of my bosses. My other boss, Mr. Borders, is on the line here as well, the chair of the board of our organization. But I have these other three bosses that I can never seem to escape, especially in these pandemic times. My wife, Alexa, is my chief boss. I work for her and her company, and I'll be presenting a little bit later on today. I have a 2-year-old son, Emery, pictured here with one of his favorite animals. And we have a 6-month-old. This was taken a few months ago with a 6-month-old, almost Christian, and he's pictured there. I've been in Durham for about 24 years, 23, 24 years. And it's my home. I love it. So I'm excited to be a part of all these festivities in Durham. Just wanted to give you a little insight into myself and just introduce myself to you all this afternoon and going into the evening. This is Med Week. So far, we've had several events. On Monday, we had an event called Meet the Team. Got a chance to see the collaboration and some people that I've been working on Med Week for the last few months, making sure this week's festivities were beneficial to all of you. On Tuesday, there was an honor ceremony. Yesterday, there was an event called Engaging in Local Growth. And of course, today is the Minority Business Fair we are right now. Tomorrow morning, there's an event called How to Reduce Cyber Risk. So I wanted to make sure I introduced this to you all and make sure that if you were not aware of all these different events that have been happening during Med Week, I wanted to make sure you have some insight into that as well. All right. In this virtual environment, with probably roughly, we'll probably have anywhere between 50 and 100 people in this session this afternoon into the evening. You may have some questions, some things that come up, some things you can't quite hold on to. I'm gonna ask you to please use the chat box. Use the chat box and enter any questions you have in there, any comments you have in there, and then we'll try to get to them as time permits. Please try to keep your computers, your phones, your iPads muted so you don't disturb someone as they're presenting. Again, if you have anything, please use the chat box to share those comments. And then if there's something that you just cannot seem to put in the chat box is too much, type the word me or raise your hand using this software, and we'll have a chance to pause for a second and call on you as time permits. All right. So I'm going to go over a little bit of background before we get into our presentations today as to maybe set an occasion as to what this event means. Let's first start with Med Week, broadly speaking. Right, Med Week stands for Minority Enterprise Development Week. This is an annual celebration of the achievements and contributions of minority business enterprises. It was founded nationally in 1983, and Durham has been celebrating Mweb Week since 1991. During Durham's Mweb Week, we also take time to highlight the cross-boundary commitments from governments, agencies, and corporations to support the growth and development of minority business enterprises. All of us working together to reduce some of the economic inequities and disparities that exist. Our organization, the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce, is grateful to have been a part of Durham's Mweb Week's planning and execution since 2010. I want to share with you a little bit about the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce. That is that we've been around since 2008 as a nonprofit organization committed to the growth and development of Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses, and the Black business ecosystem. We work with our entrepreneurs, supporting them in their businesses. We work with governmental agencies, providing strategic consulting in economic development, workforce development, and technical assistance. We also work with corporations, large businesses, helping provide some strategic consulting to enhance their various supply diversity efforts or their engagement efforts with Black, minority, different kinds of firms. A little bit about the Black Chamber of Commerce. As we go into our presentations today, I wanted to share with you something that I think is important in connecting the dots here and why this work we're all doing today across different backgrounds and companies is important. You've seen many disparity studies from perhaps where you live, but this is North Carolina's very recent disparity study. This table says availability estimates by industry. What this means is that of all firms that were available, these are the demographic breakdowns. So in the construction industry, 13.7% of firms available to do work with capacity were Black American, 1.1% is Asian American, and so on and so forth. So you see the data there. It goes down to show total minority women business enterprises, total non-minority women disadvantaged business enterprises, and then total firms. You see the same thing for architectural and engineering, professional services, other goods and services. Now I want you to correlate this availability study with utilization, actual numbers. So take a look at the state of North Carolina's spending. Take a look at the data. Even though Black Americans, you can see from this slide, are 14% almost, represent less than 1% of spending in both construction and architecture and engineering. It's the same thing, very low numbers again, Asian American, Hispanic American, but you want to compare these numbers to availability, right? And you can see here this study is showing that there is a significant underutilization of these minority women-owned firms. And I've been working on this for some time, and I can tell you without going too much detail that when you pull back the layers here a little bit more, you learn that the most significant disparity here is that of Black Americans, and really speaks to the work that we're trying to do in partnership with all of you, in partnership with all these different agencies. So how do we change this number? How do we change this utilization? This work is important for all of us because your businesses, your organizations, your governmental entities, as we all strive to figure out how we can be more diverse, more inclusive, more equitable, the work that we're doing together is to change this data. The work of shared prosperity is in changing this data. And so we must understand this data very deeply. I didn't want to go into too much detail, but I wanted to share this with you all at a very high level. One of my last slides before we start presenting here, and it starts us by saying that institutional problems require institutional solutions. I'm going to back up a little bit and talk about maybe 3 different levels. There are individual problems that can require individual solution. you have a problem with this is one person, one business, you can work that out with that person. There's also some issues with institutions, with systems. When we look at our organizations as institutions, we look at our cities or counties or perhaps systems. Our states are certainly systems. And so as we think about how we can solve these issues, it's going to require work from all of us, right? It requires also being intentional about what we're seeing. So systemic racism is at the heart, one of the root causes as to why these disparities we see exist, highlighting the need for organizations like the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce. These results are important to understand. These results and also social justice movements right now, Black Lives Matters, things that you're starting to see, you've seen for the last few years, have led to a new focus on how we all, public and private organizations, can increase our spending, our engagement with Black minority disadvantaged firms. But still, it's going to take all of us to change ourselves, the institutions, to make a difference in these numbers. While it's a noble cause, it is still a very, very difficult task. So again, our intentionality this evening, our transparency in this collaboration is very, very important. This event, the Minority Business Fair, is designed, small part, it's not gonna fix these gaps, but it's designed in a small way to help us highlight firms and various efforts to eliminate these disparities. So again, all of your presentations today are very, very important. And I want to thank you on behalf of myself, the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce, and all of our partners, the city, the county, and many, many partners that are along in this effort. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us for your time and your presentations this evening. All right. So this is how it's going to work. Everyone's going to get 1 minute to pitch their organization. I want you to listen intently while these people are pitching. You may have some questions again, but please save these questions for the end of each group. We're going to have 3 different groups today, group 1, group 2, and group 3. After group 1 has presented, I'll then ask us to then populate the chat box with questions for presenters in group 1, right? There'll be an opportunity to ask questions, and as those questions are answered, we'll then move on to group 2 and group 3. All right, here's how we can begin. Now, remember when it's your turn to pitch. I know we've been doing Zoom for about 18 months now, but you'd be surprised. Remember to please unmute yourselves, right? Please unmute yourselves. Some of them may still forget, and that's okay, but just wanted to give you a reminder, please unmute yourselves when it's your time to pitch. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to do something that I myself wouldn't do, and so I'm gonna lead the way by showcasing, sharing this 1 minute pitch with you. So this is a pitch for the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce. It says, I am CJ Broderick of the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO. We offer strategic consulting services to entrepreneurs, businesses, corporations, and governmental agencies. Our efforts help support and develop entrepreneurs in their businesses, enhancing supply diversity efforts, and also ensuring equitable economic development practices. We are fortunate to have a great roster of members, partners, clients. Many of you that are here today presenting, such as the City of Durham, Durham County, Eli Lilly and Company, many, many more. We currently have 2 contracted staff members. Our annual revenues for the past few years have been roughly $50,000. But we are working diligently to grow that to $200,000 in the next few months here in the next year or so. Today, what I'm asking all of you to do, if you're not a member already, consider becoming a member, becoming a client, or offering a great referral for us. All right, that was probably only about 40 seconds or so, but I wanted to get into not ask people to do something that I wouldn't do. This has been the first 1 minute pitch. We're now going to go on to our second business. All right, I'm going to ask Mr. Travis Tracy of Fortitude Financial Planning to please unmute and go over your 1 minute pitch.
Thanks, CJ. Can you hear me all right?
Perfect.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Travis Tracy, and I'm a certified financial planner, enrolled agent, and the founder of Fortitude Financial Planning. My firm offers fee-only comprehensive financial planning services on an ongoing or project-based service to help young professionals, entrepreneurs navigate their financial situations surrounding student loan debt, home purchasing, budgeting, investing, retirement planning, insurance analysis, tax planning, and equity compensation, just to name a few things. I'm currently the only employee. I just completed my first full year in business, so I'm excited about that. The revenue this past year was about 17,000, and my goal for this coming year is around 75,000. Today, all of you could help attaining this next year's goal by just spreading the word around the community about a place where somebody can come to get financial assistance, or refer somebody that you currently know, or if you need some assistance yourself, I'm a place that you can come.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Tracy. We will
Thank you.
now move on to Seniors Medical Supply Company. Dr. Vanessa Coble, President and CEO.
Greetings. My name is Dr. Vanessa Coble, and I'm the President and CEO of Seniors Medical Supply and Seniors Medical Supply Plus. My organization offers the best and latest in medical and diagnostic equipment, medical supplies, technical services, and independent living home modifications. These services will help maintain your independence while improving your quality of life. Our staff of factory-trained technicians and product consultants recently had the pleasure of working with prominent clients like Cone Healthcare System and Gifford County Public Schools. Last year, we surpassed our 7-figure goal with the hopes to increase our earnings this fiscal year. Today, all of you could help me greatly by considering us the next time you are in need of medical equipment or supplies, or if you need a factory-trained service technician for your advanced mobility or respiratory products. Lastly, you could also help if you're looking to modify your home to accommodate your own medical needs or the needs of a loved one. Again, my name is Dr. Vanessa Coble. My company is Seniors Medical Supply, and caring is what we do best. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Coble. We'll now hear from Latasha Pesgatti of Infinity Bridges. Let me just double check. I saw Latasha in the link. All right, we will move forward. I don't see Latasha here, unless maybe by phone. Going once. All right, we'll move forward. Next, Eli Lilly and Company, Jamie Samuels, Director, Supplier Diversity Development.
Hello, my name is Jamie Samuels, and I am the Director of Supplier Diversity Development at Eli Lilly and Company. My organization is seeking to increase our supplier diversity and specifically our spend with Black business enterprises. However, we are also trying to increase our spend with all minority business enterprises, women business enterprises, LGBTQ plus owned enterprises, disability owned, small business enterprises, small disadvantaged businesses, women owned small businesses, veteran owned small businesses, service disabled veteran owned small businesses, and for 11 different categories that I just read off there. By expanding our spend with current suppliers and engaging with new suppliers in the communities where we work and live. Last year, our CEO pledged to double our spend with African-American owned businesses in 2 years. So today, all of you could help me greatly by, one, if you are a large corporation or company with the supplier diversity program, let's connect. Or two, if you are a small diverse business, please register your company at our supplier portal and feel free to send me your capabilities. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Jamie. Now let's go to Skin Wellness Dermatology Associates. We also check the listing here to ensure that Dr. Jackson is here. Dr. Jackson, are you with us? Anyone from Skin Wellness with us? Okay, perfect. Well, we'll keep moving forward. If people that haven't that are not here now come, I'll give them a chance to present in the end. So just making note of that. All right. Moving on to Triangle Business Systems. Mr. Major, President, are you with us? All right, keeping moving forward. I don't see Mr. Major in the audience as well. Let's now go to Ashley Gilmore, founder and CEO of Gilmore Counseling Consulting Services. Mrs. Gilmore.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Gilmore. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I'm also in mommy mode, so I will say my spiel. If you have any questions, we can wrap. But I am Ashley Gilmore. I am the owner of Gilmore Counseling and Consulting Services, PLLC. My organization offers mental health services to help individuals, couples, and families to achieve mental and emotional wellness. I have presented throughout the state of Indiana, North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia to provide individuals, families, and organizations consultation and counseling services. You can help me out by visiting my website at www.gilmorecounseling.com. You can refer someone for mental health services or consultation. You can also like my Facebook page at Gilmore Counseling and Consulting Services, PLLC. And if you are Instagram savvy, you can follow us at Get Real with Ash G. It's a pleasure to meet you tonight. Take care and be well.
Thank you, Mrs. Gilmore. Thank you. Let's now go to Dion McLean with RTI and also, I believe also Kristen Fuller with RTI. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Dion McLean, and with me online this evening is one of my colleagues, Kristen Fuller. I am from the Research Triangle Institute Small Business Partnerships Program, and I am the program project director for our Supplier Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative. RTI supports MedWeek, and RTI's executive leadership team has made a commitment to support Black-owned businesses through our sourcing and subcontracting efforts. And that is why I am here this evening to make those connections for current and future partnerships. RTI is a nonprofit research institution that provides contract research services to government agencies in the areas of health, education, workforce, international development, water, energy, environmental, and more. And we do partner with small, minority, and diverse-owned research contracting firms. So if you're interested in partnering with us, follow the suggested links that my colleague Kristen is putting in the Zoom chat. We'd love to hear from you. We want to partner with you, and we thank you for allowing us to help one another grow.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dion. Thank you so much, Kristen. Moving forward, let's go to Mr. Seth Nash of Back to Life. Mr. Nash, are you with us? Checking the participants tab, looking at the phone numbers. Mr. Seth Nash, going once, going twice. All right. This is the last presentation we have in our group one. Jalis Dawson of Fusion Fitness Studios. Ms. Dawson, are you with us? The floor is yours. All right, for the sake of time, I don't see Ms. Dawson. Ms. Dawson, I don't see that I don't recognize the phone numbers there either. So this has been group one. Fantastic job, everybody in group one. Now we're gonna have some Q&A for this group. Some people said some things that were interesting. You're like, man, I want to ask a question to this person. Please let me ask a question now. So we're going to ask these questions for people in group one only. This would be from the audience, so please type your questions in the chat box. Again, if there's something that's too detailed to type in the chat box, please type the word me, M-E, in the chat box. I'm happy to give you the floor so you can ask your question live. Any questions for group number 1? I'll break the ice. I'll ask a question. Oh, I see something in the chat box. Hannah Hemphill says, for Mr. Tracy, just wanted to clarify, do you specialize in personal finances or do you help with business finances? Mr. Tracy, if you could maybe come off mute and answer Ms. Hemphill's question.
Hi, Hannah. It's personal finances.
Excellent. And then also in the chat box to you, Travis, Mr. Popular, Lola says, is there any contact information for your website that you can provide? Maybe you could put that in the chat box.
Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. Mr. Zales is asking the question to Senior Medical Supply. Where are you located? Dr. Coble, maybe if you could share some things about your locations.
We are all over, but physically, we're about 30 miles probably west of you, located actually in Alamance County. But we have a presence in Durham. We come there at least once a week to deliver some of the supplies that we do. So we do have some consultants who are in that area at least once a week, but physically we're located in Alamance County.
Thank you. For my folks that have gone so far in supplier diversity, diversity, Delvin Burton says, are there any counterparts who handle opportunities for services that are geared towards your employees that are in the area? So that question is for anyone from, we've had 2 going so far. I believe RTI is gone, and also Eli Lilly and company. Perhaps any of you want to take the question and answer the question, I'm happy to yield.
Sure, I'll take a leap at it. So I want to make sure I'm understanding your question in regards to services for our employees. I will say, and on the line tonight, and she's been with you all week, just want to illuminate that, Kendra Presley, who is a part of our Black Employee Resource Group. She is actually one of our co-leads for the program with RTI. We do offer services for our staff and employees through different initiatives that are happening within our organization. As you all know, of the events that occurred in 2020, this allowed us to illuminate and stand up for a need to support our Black employees at RTI International. And we're proud to say that our executive leadership team has gotten behind it. And so one of those efforts is our employee resource groups. And I know many organizations offer that, but specifically for a Black employee resource group to have a place to come to share thoughts, to let your hair down, to be encouraged, to be trained. And it also offers opportunities for non-Black staff and employees to become allies, to get training on what that means. And it also, RTI, we do offer different types of trainings and support opportunities for staff and employees just to be able to understand and navigate the climate that we're in today.
Thank you, Deanne, for answering that
Yeah.
question.
So this is Jamie Samuels from Eli Lilly and Company. I was a little bit confused about the question too. As Dion said, as a large corporation, we offer quite a bit of benefits to all of our employees. If this was more directed on our facility that we have in the Durham area and thinking about contracting with local service providers, then I would say I would be your contact for that. If there are local service providers who believe that they, anything from, I noticed the yoga place, anything that said, hey, would that be a benefit that Lilly would like to provide free, admittance for whatever free classes of yoga in a studio. Those are things that I would suggest again to contact me, and we can talk about capabilities and possibilities. So I will put my email in the chat so everyone can have it. I know my internet, it appears to be going in and out, and I apologize for that.
No problem. Thank you for those answers, both Jamie and Dion. Thank you so much. I'm gonna add a few more questions in from the chat box here, and then we'll start to go towards group 2. See a question here from Sharon to Mr. Tracy. Question is, have you sold financial counseling services for individuals as a bundle to corporations, for example, something employees can engage for you because the corporation paid for it? Mr. Tracy, that question is for you.
Yes, that's nothing. I haven't done that yet, but it is something that I can do. So I'm open to the conversation of talking with you, Sharon, if that's something that you're interested in.
I believe you just got a new service 2 seconds ago. Excellent. Great question, Sharon, and thank you for the response, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mrs. Giles asked a question, says, for Seniors Medical Supply, Dr. Coble, is any of your equipment online for ordering? Can we go to the website and order some equipment?
You can, but we're so old fashioned. We want you to pick up the phone and call us, but absolutely, if you want to, go online and place your order, you can do that. You can create a card, create an account, and you can take care of it doing it that way if that's your choosing. But also you can pick up the phone and get a live person, and we love that too. So either one is fine. Either way is fine.
Indeed. And then let's see, I'm going to roll up a couple questions maybe in one here for RTI and also for Eli Lilly. What kinds of services are you looking for? And then I'll also roll this question into this as well. How do firms find out about opportunities? I know one answer is that they both have portals that you can email and log in and put your information into. But I'm going to let both Jamie and Dion, and perhaps even Kendra or Kristen answer these questions. Jamie says the best way to find out about opportunities is to contact me. In addition, please register your company to do business at Lilly. Register your company as prospective suppliers, supplier diversities, and more. I know from Kristen's link that's also the case for RTI, but if you want to add anything, again, either Dion, Kristen, or
yes. Sorry, CJ, I tried to put the link in and it looked like it didn't come through. I'll go paste it again to our portal.
No problem.
And yes, thank you again for that question at RTI International. Kristen, if you don't mind, we'll repost that link for you again. And Kristen's also given you her email address as well as mine is there. But there are several links that you can access from our website that will allow you to become a partner with us. It's through our Supplier Gateway resource. You can also email supplierdiversity@rti.org, and you'll reach Kristen Fuller, my colleague there. And also there is a resource or how different opportunities link that is available as well. So you can learn about what we're doing there. I will also add to that, that's why we're here tonight. As you know, the internet is as useful as the individual that's touching it, right? And so we're not updating it like every second, but there are many opportunities that are coming across at our organization. And so that's with the Supplier Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program. We're not only looking at it from a business perspective, from our general and administrative facilities and maintenance, but also in our technical aspect and our subcontracting, as well as in our proposals. There are vast opportunities for us to partner with you all, and we want to make sure that we capture that. And so we'll put those links back in the website. Our email address is also there in case you're not able to catch it in time. Thank you again.
Excellent. Thank you for those responses. All right, I'm looking to the chat box. I believe we've had some great dialogue, some great questions, some great answers for group number 1. Thank you for everyone in group number 1 for your presentations. And I look forward to working with you. I hope you can stick around and also ask some questions to these other people in groups 2 and 3 coming up. All right, here starts group number 2. Remember, if you have some questions for this group, please save them until after this entire group is gone, and we'll get a chance to ask them in the chat box. And then also for our presenters, remember to unmute yourselves. Another friendly reminder to unmute yourselves when it's time for you to pitch. First up, Ruby Wesley of Northwestern Mutual. Ruby, what's yours?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruby Wesley. I am a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual. My partners and I run a financial planning practice, primarily focusing on helping Black professionals and Black business owners organize their financial surplus efficiently. Just to give them clarity and organization around their finances, a lot of times they are individuals that are really success-driven, goal-oriented, and so they have a lot of demand on their time. Oftentimes we find that the financial piece falls to the bottom of the pile, so we're happy to step in and bring clarity to that portion of their lives. When it comes to the business community, the motto that we really embody is strengthening the business owner strengthens the business, which in turn strengthens the community. And of course, that really starts with having a good, sound financial plan. And that's something that applies to just an individual or an individual who is a business owner. Specifically, when I'm thinking about who makes great strategic partners for us, those are CPAs, estate planning attorneys, real estate agents, HR professionals, ideally people that can help with life transitions, whether it's a change in their family dynamics, welcoming a new one, or in some cases it's a separation. People that are going through job transitions, whether they're changing jobs or moving from being an employee to an employer, meaning that they're owning their own business. And on the corporate side, where we can help is supporting their DE&I initiatives by providing financial literacy programming that are really culturally specific to the challenges that we face as minorities. We find that in a lot of cases, and I don't know if I'm close to my time or not, but generationally, we have not been privy to having financial planning conversations. So a lot of times, a lot more education is required, and we're happy to support that dynamic of your employees to be able to speak specifically to those cultural challenges. And lastly, just what we offer is just comprehensive, complimentary, consultations so that you can get a good sense of where you are financially before, taking the leap of establishing a relationship with one of us.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ruby Wesley, leading off group number 2. Going next to Empower Dance Studio. Empower Dance Studio. That should not say Ruby Wesley. That should say Nicole Oxidine or Pam Oxidine. That is my error. Nicole or Pam, are either of you with us this afternoon? Hopefully you're not upset with me and leaving. Like, no, how could you do this? All right. Going once, going twice. All right. We'll go to Eric Miller, Contracting and Compliance Manager with the City of Durham's Office of Equity and Inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, CJ, and good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Miller. I'm the Contract and Compliance Manager with the city's Equity and Inclusion Department. Excited to be here. It's always a good time for us to try to engage and gain more familiarity with the makeup of our local business community. And so in terms of how our office operates and how we try to support the growth and development of diverse firms, is we help deliver the city's Equal Business Opportunity Program, as well as the city's Small Local Business Enterprise Program. And those programs are designed to provide equal access to the contracting process for those business owners looking to engage in finding opportunities with the city. So to achieve that, we have participation goals that we set in various categories, those being construction, professional services, service arena, as well as the procurement of goods. And so for us, it's important to be able to engage and identify those contractors or vendors in the community. So we try to leverage relationships to help, recruit firms for participation in our projects. We also support in their growth and development through our training and development programs that are personalized to meet the specific needs of the business community. So some of the things that we do is offer training in bidding and estimating, risk mitigation strategies, marketing, website development. Those are important components to help strengthen the business operations. And so those are some examples of things that we continue to do to support that effort. We're really focused on trying to help position those diverse firms for participation in our contracting process as well. So we look to recruit in the construction categories, like I said, in the commodities area as well. You'll be surprised some of the things that the city actually contracts. And so we always encourage people, reach out to our office, let's have a conversation, discuss strategies for engagement and some things that we can help you do to best position your business for participation. We collaborate with a lot of our public industry partners as well as private industry partners as well to achieve that goal also. So I'm excited to be here tonight. It's interesting to see about some of the capabilities of some of the presenters already, and I look forward to engaging. One thing I will say is that for those who are interested in our small local business program, I'm going to have one of our specialists put their information in the chat box. They can go into a little more detail about the parameters for that program, since I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. And I want to use up time that someone else could use as well. So thank you again, CJ, and I'll be around for questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. We're going to move forward to the equity paradigm. My big boss, Alexa Broderick, are you with us?
I am. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alexa Broderick. I'm the founder of the Equity Paradigm. We are a racial equity consulting firm, and we work with local and national organizations, nonprofits, for-profits, education institutions, helping them holistically work towards racial equity. So the primary services that we offer are organizational equity assessments, where we help organizations conduct a holistic diagnostic on their current policies and practices, culture, programs through a racial equity lens, and develop comprehensive recommendations for shifts that they can make moving forward based on where they currently are. We also do a lot of learning and development. So we offer a 6-session racial equity learning arc that takes organizations from foundations in racial equity all the way to building a strategic plan. And then the last main component that we offer are strategic consulting services. So helping organizations strategically work towards their DEI and racial equity goals and objectives, and also to develop accountability mechanisms, structures, in their organizations to sustain their commitment to racial equity. So we find a lot of organizations really struggle with moving from awareness to action. And so we activate the action by building a shared language, analysis, context around racial equity that gives folks the building blocks to then be able to create new policies, practices, and holistically assess existing ones. So we've been really fortunate to work with Duke University, Northwestern, Rice University, Change.org, national environmental organizations. My 6-month-old is telling me that it's time, that my time is up. So the best way to support us is to attend our upcoming October Racial Equity Learning Arc. It's 3 sessions, and CJ can share more information with you there. We're currently a 2-person husband-wife team, as well as we work with some contractors occasionally. And that's it for me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alexa. Now we're going to go to Delvin Burton, owner of Cycle Bar. Mr. Burton.
Thank you, CJ. CJ, you can hear me okay, correct?
Perfect.
Fantastic. So good evening, everyone. My name is Delvin Burton, and I am the owner of Cycle Bar West Cary. We are a location that is part of the Cycle Bar family here in the Raleigh-Durham region, as well as part of the Exponential brand family, which includes Stretch Lab, Club Pilates, row house, and a number of other fitness verticals that are present here in the Triangle. We are located on Route 55 in the Austin Town Center. I typically give near the Whole Foods. We're right around the corner from the Whole Foods in the same complex. Cycle Bar West Cary is a premium indoor cycling studio with the mission of fueling fun, energetic communal experiences. We offer 45-minute rides that are accessible to all fitness levels with fantastic instructors who guide and motivate you every step of the way. We're looking for business partners to advertise via our rewards program. We have in-studio televisions, newsletters, as well as our social media platforms to be able to give visibility to our business partners. If you represent a corporation or have a network of friends, family members, co-workers, employees, or even a charity that is near and dear to your heart, we offer special packages at significant savings, as well as small and large group ride opportunities that are perfect for team building and networking. No matter where you are in your fitness journey, we have a ride for you. So we look forward to seeing everyone on this call at the bar. In a moment in the chat, I'll provide our location information as well as a link to a first ride that will be on me to each one of you. So I welcome the opportunity to help you to reach your fitness goals and to really provide an opportunity for you to have what I call an opportunity to release and leave it all on the bike. Thank you, CJ.
Excellent. Thank you, Delvin. Providing some freebies. Man, people are like, yes, they love freebies. Thank you. Thank you, Delvin. All right, next let's go to Keisha Davis, MWEB Program Coordinator with Durham County. Keisha.
Hello. Thank you, CJ. I was so looking forward to following Eric, so I could just say I do what he does. I do very similar to what my colleague for the city of Durham does, Eric Miller, for Durham County government. I am the MWBE Program Coordinator. For those of you who may not know what that acronym stands for, it is Minority and Women-Owned Business Enterprises. I am very fortunate to work for a local governmental organization, such as the City of Durham, that is committed to providing equity and procurement in the contracting of goods and services. And we also have aspirational goals based on our disparity study, and we're due for a new one. CJ went over the results of the state study, but we are working on conducting another one as well, so that we can continue to strive to meet those numbers and encourage minority business enterprise development. One of the things that I will talk about, since this is a minority business fair, is what we do as it relates to minorities and women that are business owners. One of the things that we do is help out as a program with business readiness by providing training, by providing an opportunity to register using our eBid system, our portal. I will be leaving information in the chat box so that everyone that's interested can register their business. Now, just like one of the other presenters said, Durham County government purchases many items, and there will be some things that we purchase that you may not find as a registrant in the eBid system. So I invite each and every one of you that is on the call to reach out to me and contact me because I am happy to make introductions also with those in our county departments that are responsible for purchasing goods and services. So I do want to put that out there since this is the Minority Business Fair. So I will be sharing the eBid. I'll be sharing our website information. The Durham County MWBE program has an MWBE website. I'll be sharing that information in the chat. From the website, you can register into our eBid system, and I will also be sharing my contact information because I'm here and I'm available for anyone that would like to contact me, whether you are a business or another organization that would like to collaborate on any type of a training or outreach. I'm open to that. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Keisha. Thank you so much for that presentation. Let's now go to Dr. Shante Williams, partner at Black Pearl Global Investments. Dr. Williams, are you with us? Going once. Going twice. All right, moving forward. Safari Eats, Canyon Barbecue Street Food. Mr. Andrew Malamba, are you with us?
Yes, CJ, I'm with you. Guys, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Great, great. As CJ just said, my name is Andrew Wilmot Mlamba with the head chef and the founder of Safari Eats. As we all know, Durham is a place where you will find delicious meal and delicious food. Only thing we started this company, me and my wife, I'm the co-owner, is we came to realize Durham means Afro infusion. I'm originally from Kenya, so I brought the flavors of making your families at home be happy and enjoy the meals of infused African. And we also do catering company. The company was started in 2019. As we speak now, we do have one food truck, which will bring your corporate, your corporate companies, flavors from Africa. We can do family reunion. And as we go on, we do have another food truck coming in, thanks to God, as the work of of our passion through food. And as you all know, food, it brings everybody together for happiness and joy. Safari Eats has been since 2019, and we are looking forward to see you somewhere, serve you good meals, and make your mouth watering. Thank you so much, everybody, and may God bless you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Andrew Malamba. Thank you so much. Let's now go to Hannah Hemphill from Durham County Library.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Hannah Hemphill, and I'm the Business Services Librarian for Durham County Library. I'm part of the new Small Business Services Unit, which was created to promote workforce development and cultivate a thriving business community of learners. We're located in the newly renovated main library, and we are a resource available to Durham County small businesses and the entrepreneurial community. Some of our offerings include free workshops, classes, and events, reference services, free databases for market research, data and statistics, business plans, and more, peer-to-peer networking, and co-working space with a free Wi-Fi connection. To help us in creating this community, we're asking you to take the time to fill out a brief survey, which I'm dropping in the chat. Your participation in the survey will help us address your business needs by providing relevant and quality assistance to businesses of all types. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go to, let's see, my screen just froze, but now we're going to go to Dr. Anthony Witherspoon, owner of Integrate Health and Wellness.
Thank you, CJ. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Anthony Witherspoon. I, along with my wife, Dr. Siobhan Witherspoon, are the owners and chiropractors at Integrate Health and Wellness, located in Morrisville, North Carolina, about 5 minutes away from the airport. We offer services, holistic healthcare services, including chiropractic, massage, aesthetics, and much more, so that we can help our patients and the community achieve and maintain wellness. We currently have the pleasure of working with great companies now, such as XPO Logistics, RDU Airport, and our basketball team here in Raleigh, the Raleigh Firebirds. Our goal is we have a sincere goal of becoming the Triangle's premier wellness center. I mean, you can help us achieve this goal by interacting with us on social media, liking, sharing, following us. Also, if you have a family member that may need our services, please refer them to us, and also you become a client yourself. Also, if you have any wellness initiatives at the firms that you work at, if you're in the transportation space and you need physicals and so forth, please think about us. We do very good work here. We'll typically beat a lot of the prices that you will find in other places. So we look forward to working with each of you, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Witherspoon of Integrate Health and Wellness. Let's now go to our last presentation from group number 1. This company is called M&M Tutoring Service, M&M Education Group as well. I know that they could not make it, and I have volunteered because of last minute circumstances that they could not make it to present for them. So I will be sharing with you on their behalf. I'm going to be reading here and also sharing what they're sharing as well. It says, Mariama Moody and Demetra Hinton are the co-founders and co-owners of M&M Educational Group and M&M Tutoring Service. The company provides tutoring, test prep, and various educational support services to students, parents, schools, school districts, and community and youth organizations, helping students excel in their academic pursuits in and out of the classroom. Recently, M&M has had the pleasure of working with great clients like Durham Public Schools and Lake County Schools. M&M features 22 contractors who partner to provide services. The business is looking to hire its first full-time employee next year. M&M averages roughly about $200,000 in annual revenue with a goal of $350,000 next year. Today, M&M asks you to partner with them by helping to provide funding for students that are in need of their services, and also sharing information about their organization with your networks, your friends, and your families. Email address is listed there, mmtutoringservice@gmail.com. Also, the website is located there as well. All right. This was the last presenter for group number 2. Now I'm going to open up the chat box for some questions for this group. Again, feel free to type the questions in the chat box. And if you love to ask the question yourself, either the hand raise thing or type the word "me" in the chat box, and I'm happy to recognize you at that time. Questions for group number 2. Chat box is open. Question for Dr. Witherspoon. What holistic practices does your organization provide?
My wife and I both are chiropractors, so we work in rehab, all PI, personal injury type of injury rehab, such as after you've been in a car accident or any cases that you may have. We also do DOT physicals for those in the transportation space that need those for their compliance. We also do wellness initiatives at various places at RDU Airport. We're a member of their wellness team. We provide chair massages there. Also, lunch and learn type of talks on different subjects that they would like to know, and a lot more. We do nutritional counseling, supplement recommendations. Like I said in the beginning, we try and do help all of our patients and the community achieve and maintain wellness.
Thank you, Dr. Witherspoon. Thank you, Lola, for that question. Jonathan had a question for M&M. Said this: M&M provide tutoring services for corporations for the kids of their employees. Jonathan, I believe that is the case, and I'm happy to connect you with those co-owners via email so you can inquire further. I believe that is the case. I believe that is the offering. All right, Keisha says, will everyone's information be available after this session? Yes, hopefully what we can do is as people are typing their information in the chat box, there are many ways you can do so. The information is in the chat box. You'll see right in the top right-hand corner of where your cursor is when you're typing in, there's 3 dots there. You may save the chat to save the entire information in the chat box at the end of our presentation this evening. But I've also made contact with each and every presenter today. So if anyone has someone that they lost contact with or someone that's interesting, please feel free to email me at my email address, and I'm happy to connect the dots there as well. All right. More questions are popping in, I believe. Let me see. Keisha says, does the chiropractic office accept medical insurance? Dr. Witherspoon, talk about medical insurance.
Yes, we accept all major healthcare insurances, all types. The coverage just depends on the policy that you have.
Indeed. Question from Dion to Andrew Malamba. Do you have certain locations for your food truck visits? Mr. Malamba, are you still with us? I believe. Yes, you
Sorry.
are.
Sorry. I'm really sorry. Yes, dear. You can visit www Street Food Finder to see which location we are at a specific day. But we took appointments. You let us know like 2 weeks or 3 weeks in advance. Then we'll book to come to your location or anywhere where you want us to be. But actually, if you want to visit us, so you can visit our website, www.safarieast.com, and to see our menu, see what we do, and as we do personal cooking, food truck, catering, that's where you can find us, www Street Food Finder. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's see more questions are popping in the chat box. Let's see. Ms. Giles says, for the city of Durham, Eric, I believe also one or two other people with you. Can you please briefly provide the difference in the two programs you mentioned?
Yes, thank you for that question. And yeah, there is an important distinction. The first program I referenced was the Equal Business Opportunity Program, and that one has a broader reach, and it's really focused on providing access to the contracting opportunity, primarily as a sub through the pursuit of opportunities with various prime and general contractors that are engaging in work with the city. Whereas the small local business program has more of a local preference where it's more catered to a 4-county reach, which includes Durham, Chatham, Orange, and Person. And it's more focused on providing first-tier opportunities for smaller firms to participate in the contracting process. And it's broken down into the construction category and professional service. So for any construction-related project with the city that falls below the $500,000 threshold, if we have a certain number of eligible firms in the program, they can provide that particular scope of service, then we can administer that project through that program. For professional services, any opportunity that falls below the $100,000 threshold, and we have the same requisite number of firms, at least 3 that can provide that service, then we can administer projects through that program as well. So the focus is really about creating that opportunity for those smaller firms to participate as first-tier participants in the process. Whereas the Equal Business Opportunity Program has a much broader reach and is really focused on providing opportunity for any level of participation in the contracting process for those firms. Thank you for that question.
Thank you for that response as well, Eric. Let's see. There's a question that came directly to me, but it's for Dr. Witherspoon. It says, does your company provide and offer mobile massage services, meaning in-home services? Can someone order an in-home masseuse from your company?
Typically, no. We don't do that. As far as sending them out to individuals' homes, we do offer on-site massage therapy programs for different companies. But typically, we won't send our massage therapists out to individual homes. That's for safety concerns.
Thank you for that answer, Dr. Witherspoon. All right, I see Mr. Malamba has put his website in the chat box to the delight of a few people. Lola has a question for Ruby. May have missed this. Do you provide financial planning for real estate agents? Same question for Travis as well from group number 1. So Ruby, do you provide? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's no limitation, any profession. Our personal planning is just going to be customized to your industry. So, I know with real estate, the income stream is not consistent each month. So those are some of the things that we incorporate into your plan.
Indeed. All right. Dr. Witherspoon has a question for the city and the county. But Witherspoon says, does the city of Durham or Durham County have any wellness or holistic health initiatives at this time?
Well, I guess I can speak for the city. So we do currently have wellness and health initiatives. In terms of specific providers and the parameters of those programs, I can connect with you and we can discuss that, after tonight's event. And see if there's a possibility to connect you to those individuals in the city that administer those programs.
I'll echo Eric in saying that we do have initiatives. We have a Choose to Move program, and we also have providers that are contracted with the city. So if you reach out, with the county, if you reach out to me, I'm happy to talk to you and connect you to someone that could be a resource for your company.
All right, Ms. Giles also asked a question for the library for Hannah. It says, where in the new library are the business services located? And Hannah responded that we're on the 4th floor of the main library, 300 North Roxborough Street. Travis also chimed in to answer the question to Lola. Lola asked earlier as well about providing services for real estate agents, saying yes, do that as well. All right, any more questions for group number 2? Any more questions in the chat box for group number 2? All right, if none, I'm happy to move us to group number 3, our last group. Remember again, you may have some questions as people are presenting. Please try to put them in the chat box. Maybe probably even wait until we get to that part, but maybe you can type them but not press enter yet, as we're waiting for all the presenters in this group to go, and then we'll ask the questions at the end. All right, remember again, presenters, please remember to unmute yourselves as it is your turn to present. All right, first up, something in the chat box, maybe the last question for group number 1. A comment on wellness activities for Dr. Witherspoon questions. Wellness activities for the city of Durham are managed by the Human Resources Department. So a good pointer to Dr. Witherspoon to reach out to or think about the Human Resources Department as they mention or as they manage human resources, as they manage the wellness activities. Perfect. All right, everybody ready for group number 3? Oh, one more question before we go into group number 3. Someone asked, does the library offer patent research services? This is for you, Hannah.
So we do try to help with research as much as possible. And if we are not able to find the answer, then we can help you connect with somebody who is better equipped to help. But I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat again so that you can send me the kind of information that you're looking for, and I can start looking into it and see what we have.
Thank you, Hannah. Any more trailing questions for group number 2? Presenters from group number 2, thank you so much again. Let's move on to group number 3. First up, we have Linda Johnson, Manager, Advertising and Marketing with the Triangle Tribune, the Triangle's choice for the Black voice. Linda.
Okay, can I share my screen?
Let's see. Try to. I know we weren't doing all of that, but are you able to?
Yep, I am. Okay. Good evening, everyone. The Charlotte Post Publishing Company, the voice of the Black community, serving Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and Cary, North Carolina. We have breaking news this evening. My name is Linda Johnson. I am the Director of Marketing for the Charlotte Post Publishing Company. We service the Charlotte Post and the Triangle Tribune newspaper each week. We're celebrating 143 years of excellent journalism. We produce content via website, e-blast, newsletters, and print. Our home office is located in Charlotte, North Carolina. We publish the Charlotte newspaper there each Thursday. And in Durham, the Triangle Tribune, which come out on Sunday, and we are for Broad Street paper. We currently have 10 full-time employees, and we use over another 10 to 20 for freelancers to help with stories, photographers as well. Our annual revenue last year was 1.1 million, and our revenue goal for 2022 is 1.5. And today, all of you all can help by visiting our website, liking us on our social media platforms. As you see on the screen here, we have print, e-editions, electronic edition. I'd like to offer everyone on the call this evening a complimentary copy of our publication, the Triangle Tribune, so that you can get familiar with us. We have sponsorship opportunities. We do the social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, TalkTip, LinkedIn, and all of those things. We offer webinars as well. We have classified sections that we publish. We publish magazines recognizing top African-American students each year as well. We do a C-suite conversation each week. And some of the organizations that we work with each year is we have Publix, Food Lion, Macy's, Targets, Rooms to Go, Walgreens, Google, Verizon, Spectrum, Charlotte Library, Durham County, and the list goes on. And would love to work with everyone in some capacity that's on this call this evening. There's no budget too small. It can meet you wherever you are. We have so many opportunities within our organization. Like I mentioned, we have podcasts, newsletters. So I would love to hear from you, and please go out there and subscribe to our publication, whether it's print, e-edition, as well as our social media sites. And thank you, CJ and your team, for having this program and allowing me the opportunity to present to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. I don't know if it's just me. I didn't get to see your presentation, but it sounded wonderful. I would not have interrupted you because you're on a roll, but it sounds really good. So thank you so much for all that you do. I just want to make sure I noted that before. So thank you so much, Linda.
Thanks.
It's Ann Verdon Jones with us from Infinite HR Advising. And are you with us? I don't think I saw you in the group, but are you with us? All right, let's move forward then. Let's go to Skanska. Mark Baum, Senior Vice President and Account Manager.
Thanks, CJ. So I'm Mark Balling, and I work for a company, Skanska, that's one of the largest commercial construction companies in the Triangle. We're based in Durham. I'm a resident of Durham. Some of our projects locally include the Hoover Road Soccer Park for the city of Durham, the main library for Durham that we were just talking about, as well as countless projects for Duke University. And we're also working with Durham Public Schools. I'm proud about that. So as a public company, one of our core values is be better together. And when it comes to diversity and inclusion, we're pretty passionate about that from the standpoint of growing our small businesses that help us be successful. We build relationships with firms, but more importantly, we help them build their capacity. So it isn't just about checking the box on a percentage. It's about building relationships, helping businesses grow, because construction is a risky business. A lot of things can be complicated and cumbersome for a small business to work through, and we're there to support that. Johnny Ortiz, who is our diversity and inclusion manager, is at anyone's assistant from a subcontracting standpoint to help. And we're just excited to be here today and continue to build in Durham.
Thank you, Mark. We'll now go to Justin Baum, owner of LifeSmile Consulting. Mr. Baum. I see you there. Don't forget to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go. I appreciate it, CJ. Yes, I am Justin Baum, CEO and owner of LifeSmile LLC. We are a full service maintenance company. Our flagship service is commercial cleaning, but we also offer landscaping. We do floor work such as stripping and waxing. We do buffing. We provide window services. We have a plumber. We have an electrician, and we're currently just added COVID, fogging and detail cleaning. And we also have 26-foot box trucks available for emergency freight or moving services. We serve the Wake County area, Durham, all the way to Guilford County, Greensboro. That'll be it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Baum, presenting for us. Next, let's move on to Mr. Larry Holt, owner of Moonrise Solar Solutions. Larry.
Hey, CJ, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm Larry Holt. I'm one of the co-owners of Moonrise Solar Solutions. We do installation and maintenance of solar compactors for waste and recyclable materials. These units are Wi-Fi connected to a dashboard to let you know when they're full or not, or the status of the battery, or if there are compaction issues. We are a authorized business partner with Big Belly Solar out of Boston, Massachusetts. They own the design and patent on the units. Our current client list includes the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. We have Duke University, Campbell University, UNCG in Greensboro. We have the town of Wake Forest, the Go Raleigh bus system, the town of Duck out there on the Outer Banks, and the Wegmans over in Raleigh. We're basically a two-person company. Basically, we came about as a low-hanging fruit opportunity since Big Belly really wasn't focusing on a lot of the maintenance and installation here in North Carolina. What they were actually doing was flying people in from Boston, Massachusetts to do the work. And we said, hey, we can do that right here since we're already local. So again, my client list basically includes municipalities, universities, transit systems, parks and recs, anywhere where you may have a remote unit that you need to monitor for trash management. You can, rather than sending a truck out there on a daily basis to check on whether or not the box is empty or full or what or not, you can basically sit in your office and view this on your dashboard. And so this is Moonrise Solar Solutions.
Thank you so much, Larry. Very interesting organization. Thank you. Next I go to Keith Gabriel of J.E. Dunn Construction, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Manager. Welcome, Keith.
Thank you, CJ. Hello, everyone. My name is Keith Gabriel, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Manager at J.E. Dunn Construction, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. J.E. Dunn Construction is a general contractor headquartered in Kansas City, Missouri, with office presence across the country, such as Portland, Denver, Minnesota, Kansas City, Dallas, Atlanta, Nashville, Raleigh, and also Charlotte. We are one of the top national leaders in the commercial industry, and we focus on a plethora of other industries. J.E. Dunn is committed and passionate about our efforts with diversity, equity, and inclusion, i.e., creating a diverse and inclusive workplace in each of our offices, identifying and working with minority trade partners, going to various HBCUs and colleges across the country to identify the best talent that fit the culture of being hungry, humble, and smart. In addition, we have an internal employee resource group called BUILD, which is an acronym that stands for Blacks United in Learning and Development, to create a platform for our employees to get together and discuss personal and/or professional situations and help gain experience through conversations with our colleagues. Again, my name is Keith Gabriel with J.E. Dunn Construction. Please feel free to add me on LinkedIn or Twitter at Keith B. Gabriel. I look forward to cultivating and sustaining genuine relationships with you all. Thanks again for your time, CJ.
Thank you, Keith, presenting on behalf of J.E. Dunn Construction. Thank you. Next, let's go to Mr. Anthony Rhodes, owner of Rhodes Pest Control. Mr. Rhodes, are you with us? Rhodes Pest Control. With us. All right, keeping the show moving. Next, let's go to Esther Hicks of Esther Hicks Photography. Mrs. Hicks. Please don't forget, please remember to unmute. I see you there. Esther, you're there. Don't forget to unmute. Maybe we'll come back to you. Going once, going twice. All right, moving on to our next presenter, Mr. Jonathan Best, Project Diversity and Development Manager with Summit Corporation. Mr. Best. I thought I saw Jonathan with us a second ago, but perhaps had to leave for a second. All right, moving forward then. Actually got a last minute cancellation from Mr. Tate of Casting Your Cares had a family emergency. He could not make it. I don't have his presentation to share with all of you. So this last group was people that had maybe perhaps had some schedule challenges, and so perhaps could not make it. So this was my last person from group number 3. All right, let's see. Esther, are you able to come off mute? If not, we will go to Q&A for this last group. All right. Q&A for group number 3. Remember, if you have some questions, you may type me in the chat box or raise your hand, or you may type the question in the chat box for group number 3, and then we will present your question there. Any questions for group number 3? Please put them in the chat box. There are a few people that missed their opportunities earlier. Wanted to just reach out again to see if any of them are here. I wanted to present now. Infinity Bridges, Latasha Bescati, Dr. Brooke Jackson from Skin Wellness Dermatology, Back to Life, Seth Nash, Fusion Fitness, Jalis Dawson, Black Pearl Investments, Dr. Shantae Williams, Infinite HR Solutions, Ann Verdeen, Anthony Rose Pest Control, Jonathan Best or Esther Hicks. Any of you here now to present that missed the presentation earlier? I want to make sure I open the floor for and Mr. Borders, thank you for that point of reference and sharing that with me. All right, as we're waiting on that, there are some questions coming in the chat box. Mark from Skanska, you've been asked to please share information for everyone, maybe contact information. If not for yourself, but maybe for Mr. Ortiz, if you could do that as well. Mrs. Jalis has a question for Triangle Tribune. It says, since COVID, is your paper still being delivered to Black churches in Durham? The question is for Triangle Tribune.
No, with the churches, the ones that are open, we are delivering, but as since COVID, many of them have not opened up, but we have other locations there in Durham.
Awesome. Daniel Ortiz's email address has been placed in the chat box from Mark. Again, that information is there. Lola says, another question for you, Linda. Did you say there was a print version of the Tribune that is available in Durham?
Yes, it is. They're distributed there in Durham. We have them at the, you can go to our website and it has a list of locations, various places. We're at the Walgreens, Food Lions, Whole Foods as well, as far as the stores, and throughout some of the other organizations and businesses that are open. And Circle K's and the cruisers as well, stores.
Excellent, thank you. More questions in the chat box for group number 3. Any more questions for group number 3? Question in the chat, or to me to ask for the construction companies here. So Skanska, J.E. Dunn, I think I know Jonathan's still here, Samet. The question is, what safety products? What are some of the safety products that your company buys? If you could just maybe think about and list a few of those. One of our organizations is interested in thinking about what safety products you all are buying. So the floor is open for any of you to share if you have that information handy. So this is for Keith or Mark. Mark says in the chat box that Skanska buys all forms of PPE as well as project-specific safety measures. I'm not sure if Keith has put his email in the chat box. Perhaps you could email him that question as well about safety products procurement for their organization. More questions for group number 3. All right, as we start to close in this last few minutes, I wanted to just open up for our final round of open questions for anyone, not just in group 3, but group 2, group 1. Maybe also give some of our partners that are here today a chance to make any announcements. I know we have another event that's left tomorrow. I'm gonna put that on the screen so you can see again that tomorrow from 9 to 10 a.m., the last event of Met Week 2021 is how to reduce cyber risk, So we'll make sure that you know that if you haven't registered yet, you can still go to the website, 2020medweek.eventbrite.com and register. If you have any issues there, you can feel free to reach out to me and I can assist in that. But I just want to get open up for some last comments, questions for the entire group. See some of our partners that are here from some of our partner organizations. Want to also give you a chance to say something or ask a question. Thinking of Brian Fox, Durham Chamber, Ms. Jalis, obviously. Anybody have any questions? And I'm happy to open the floor now for any final questions and comments. All right, I see a few things come into the chat box. Let me attend to them. One question says, Keisha, can you please add your contact information again to the chat box? Linda's added the website and also offering a complimentary copy of the e-edition of the Triangle Tribune for 4 weeks. So please reach out to Linda to ensure that happens. Justin has added his email address and phone number to the chat box, and Keisha's added her email address as well. Any final questions or challenge or comments?
I can make a quick comment, CJ. This is Eric with the City of Durham. First off, I would like to thank all of our attendees for your participation tonight. One of the challenges that we encounter a number of times is really having the knowledge of the capability of the firms in our local marketplace. And this is an important step in helping bridge that disconnect. And so there's a lot of information and contacts that I've been able to, gain more insight about as a result of tonight. So I really appreciate, everyone's willingness to open up and share their capabilities, because it really helps us better identify what opportunities align with our marketplace and what support and resources we need to focus on to help support those firms. And so I'm excited about the information you're sharing. It's given me some stuff to go back and think about. And so I really want to commend everyone for their openness and willingness to share their story. My information's in the chat box. I didn't, want to spend a whole lot of time going into a lot of the details of our program tonight, but I would definitely encourage all the attendees to reach out to all of the, the people who have spoke tonight about opportunities and how we can align and support one another moving forward. So thank you, CJ.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. See in the chat box, there's a survey that Hannah's put there again. Keisha, I don't know if you want to add your survey as well. Maybe you want to say a few words about the survey that you want to perhaps share. This may be a good time to say that now.
Hi, CJ. Thank you. I am going to share a survey link now. We were going to, and still will, send out something next week just as a follow-up thank you. And I'll also include the survey link then for those of you who don't have a chance to respond now. But please respond and let us know how we did. This is our first year doing MedWeek virtual, and we are just interested in feedback and knowing that you all liked it or, have some suggestions for us. So please answer the survey. Tonight would be great, but be looking out for a follow-up next week as well. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. Brian said in the chat box, thanks everyone for sharing and to continue to participate in this conversation to help our exchange better reflect the diversity of our community. Sharon asked a question in the chat box, says, have the large companies thought about breaking apart some of their services and their employee benefits offerings to enable smaller businesses to compete for some parts of their benefits, counseling services, workout services that are part of an employee's benefit package? Have any large corporations, HR or employee services people are here, perhaps you can talk about or take that question. Floor is open. All right, I'll leave that question in the chat box. I think it's a great question to think through. I'm going to probably share one more thing that I think is important for all of us as a next step. This is something that I learned about in preparing for this event. And I'm going to be talking especially to all of us, but talking especially to some of the partners that I have in our planning for this event. In planning for this event, I learned about something called the Indie Racial Equity Pledge, right? Again, connecting the dots here, we saw some data from the state. We know that data is also very, very similar as it relates to Durham, City of Durham, Durham County, Duke University, RTP. All of our organizations are struggling to figure out how to lean into and really truly achieve these goals. And so in Indianapolis, I learned about this through Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly is based in Indianapolis, and I'm going to share a link in the chat box. I want you all to take a look at. In Indianapolis, some companies came together and came up with something called the Indie Racial Equity Pledge. And so to my colleagues at the Chamber, City of Durham, Durham County, certainly RTI, Eli Lilly here again, all these big organizations, I think there's a role we can play in ensuring that we're sending the right signals to small businesses, to Black businesses, to minority businesses, that we indeed do want to do business with them, and we do want to help develop their enterprises. And so I'm going to put this in the chat box as a link. And again, hopefully all of you can, I think I left out one letter there. So it's, but the gist is there, Indie Racial Equity Challenge. I forgot the L, the second L in challenge, pledge.com. When you get a chance, take a look at that. I'm gonna be trying to follow up with all of you about how we can replicate that here in Durham, right? I only learned about this through the organization and putting together this event. And it's my first time hearing about it, maybe a few days ago, 2-3 days ago. And I've been doing some more research on it. So I'm interested in how this group, this team, companies, small businesses, large corporations can come together and figure out how we can work together on things like that. getting a Triangle pledge or a Durham pledge. So I wanted to end there. Any final questions or comments? I want to make sure I open the floor for any final questions or comments. If none, I know we're on target, we're early. I'm happy to give you all about 20 minutes back. But again, the floor is open. So if anyone wants to make any parting comments, please feel free to do so. So this question in the chat box says, do they explain how the pledge is monitored? So no, each company makes its own pledge, right? Lily talked about how they wanted to double their spend with Black businesses, right? We talked about here in the Triangle how RTI has a pledge, but this was a group of organizations coming together and leading the way for in sending these clear signals. So each of them is accountable to the group, to sharing and helping lead and sharing best practices. And so I think that's something we can replicate here. And I think that we can follow up with them and have these opportunities, because the signals they send is that they want to do business with organizations like yours. And I think that it would be very, very helpful for things like this moving forward. So again, I want to thank you all for your time. Yeah, for sure, Dalvin. I want to thank you all for your time. I'll stick around if anyone has any questions for me. I'll stick around, be the last person to log off. But if no other questions, again, thank you all for your time, for your energy, for your presentation, for your boldness, getting over any stage fright and presenting, and look forward to working with all of you again in the near future. Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you so much, CJ.
Thank you.
Look forward to hearing from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dion.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Keisha.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Indeed. Thank you, Eric.
Thank
Andrew.
you.
Indeed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And I just remembered to save the chat. So thanks for giving me that tip too.
Yeah. Remember to save the chat. That's always key for sure. I'm on Zoom every day, so there's these little things that I'm learning every day from people, in presentations that I really enjoy. So thank you. This is us. Thank you. Ruby Wesley, thank you. Tanya, Marvis, Justin, Francesca, Dr. Coble, Delvin. Anyone have any questions for me? As everyone's logging off, I'm happy to provide some more entertainment for all of you before you.
Are you going to sing?
I was about to say, would you like Marvin Gaye or would you like Teddy Pendergrass?
So I want some Charlie Wilson. No.
Okay, let me go to I need to retune my
go into your repertoire.
I need to get it together.
Justin, it was good to see some familiar faces.
Indeed.
Ruby, I sent you a private message. My daughter works for Northwestern. I don't think you saw it. She's muted.
I didn't.
Yes, Jasmine Marcus works for Northwestern. That's my daughter.
Oh, okay. She's in the Raleigh office.
Yes, I already took a picture of your face and sent it to her. I was like, you know her?
Yeah, we're both on the D&I council together.
Yes, she told me. You did very good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, she said, yeah, I know her. So,
very
it
nice.
Was nice to see you, and you represented Northwestern very well. I have a lot of talks with her about D&I.
Oh, okay.
So, yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, my friends. Well, Daddy Duty is calling in a few minutes, so I appreciate all of you and your efforts, and I look forward to keeping in touch. Thank you all for making the time to be here, for all the work that you do. I'm looking forward to our continued partnerships. All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good.
Thanks, CJ. Great job.
All right, y'all take care. Bye, Larry.
Good seeing everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care.